everyone. This is just a quick update to the channel. Uh, as you may have seen, I just finished Codename Iceman. This game was a personal bane of mine. I purchased Codename Iceman when it first came out, um, and was never able to get past the second submarine battle. And then I believe it was in 2015, I decided to go back and give it another swing, and finally managed to beat it. Being much older than when it first came out and understanding the game a little more, I was able to finally beat Codename Iceman. And at the time, I didn't have this great idea for doing a YouTube channel. So when I decided to do this YouTube channel, I knew I was going to end up going back to replay Codename Iceman. And sure enough, despite having only played it about 7 years ago, this game still gave me a very difficult time. There were a lot of the portions of the game that I actually remembered, but there are some that are just a nuisance. For example, the sub battle, the chances of the torpedoes actually hitting is completely random. I don't know what the percentage is, but you'll see it in this video where I literally fire like 10 missiles, or 10 torpedoes, and some miss and some hit, but a majority of them missed. So there is a repetition of what I did was basically save every time I hit, and if the next one did not hit, I just restored and went back to the first one hitting again, and I kept trying until I'd eventually sink the ship or the submarine. The submarine is where I had the most amount of difficulty. There are other nuances in this game, such as the dice game. If you watch the playthrough, which is now available, I believe it was probably just an hour of the dice game, because the dice game is also random. So there is no easy way of beating it because you don't know what dice roll you're going to get. It is literally randomly generated every single time. So that is a major nuance. There is also, for example, when you have to follow a ship, you basically have to stay directly under it. Controlling the sub to stay directly under it was a pain. And the bigger pain with the dice game is you're only allowed to restore so many times before the character will stand up and say, hey, you're trying to cheat, and will leave. So the good thing is, though, it is not mandatory to get neither the bottle or the device if you keep playing against them. The bottle can be found later in the ocean as a part of litter, and you can get around the device if you do something else. You basically have to swim through a cave. Just make sure you have the flares if you do. I did not do that portion. I went the all-out longer battle, but there is a way to basically continue the game without the bottle or the electrical device by getting the bottle in the ocean and then basically going through a cave system if you have flares. So, as you can probably tell by the picture in the background, even though this is called the Let's Play Sierra Games channel, and I just not too long ago did Legend of Grandia, since I've already done all the Police Quest games that Jim Walls has done, and I just did Codename Iceman, and that would essentially, as far as I can remember, pretty much wrap up his career at Sierra. But Jim Walls went on to go to Tsunami, where he developed a game similar to the Police Quest series, which is called Blue Force. Blue Force also, when I first played it, I did not get past day 3. There is a dog at a fence thing that the thing you need to get past this dog is very easily missed, and if you miss it, that's pretty much it. So I figured, you know what, I just did Codename Iceman by Jim Walls. Let's just wrap up everything that Jim Walls has done, and I'm going to venture into Blue Force, which is not a Sierra game. As I said, it was a Tsunami game, and give that a whirl. And with that, that'll wrap up pretty much all the games that I am aware of that Jim Walls ever created. He did have a Kickstarter that unfortunately he did cancel pretty early on. It was another police type game. So it's a shame that did not happen. So yeah, my next game is going to be Blue Force. So if you want to hang out, that's coming up. And also coming up is the commentary version of Codename Iceman, where I'll talk about the dice game and everything else about that game. Um, so that commentary will probably be in the next couple of days. What I did is what I typically do when the gameplay is super long, like almost 8 hours. I take the game and speed it up, and then a lot of times there's portions of it that I'll speed up again if it's something that's very random. So like the dice game, I sped up yet again. So I basically took and rendered this 7-hour video down to, I think it was an hour and a half, rendered that, and then sped up those portions again. And then when I do the commentary, if there's portions that I don't talk about something or there's a long period of silence, I'll speed up those parts as well. So it's a lot of rendering I do, and I'm sure there's an easier way, like probably just do the commentary while watching the sped up version, but that's a lot more difficult to control when I need to pause and go get a soda or whatever. So it does take a lot. So if you want, please click like and subscribe. That would help greatly. And if you want to share any of these videos on social media, that would also help tremendously. But if you just want to like and subscribe and just not really share and just keep it to yourself, that's fine too. I appreciate everything. All right, so next up is the Codename Iceman commentary, and then after that, the next game I will be playing is Blue Force from Jim Malls when he went to Tsunami. Thank you once again, everyone.